Hi again, folks, and the audience at home, our listeners at home. I have a few things to talk about. The first thing is that this is kind of unique, although that's what we do a lot of the time. I'm talking about, in the society, there are different kind of people, right? There's good, bad, or in between, right? And in order to change the society to the better way, in the right directions, of course, if you're not happy with the current situations all over the world, with climate, with income inequality, and conflicts and fake news, and spin of media, and media controlling or corporation controlling politics and economy, then I would say there are a lot of opportunities to actually make changes. The first thing is that we need to identify and support each other, the good people. I came across a video today about AOC offering or proposing $93 trillion Green New Deal, and my goodness, she did it on Fox, or Fox actually showed the clip of her video clip of her. She always very passionate and all of that, and but man, I look at the comments, a lot of people like ridiculed her, all kind of stuff. They even have Steve Forbes on the show, and gave her very, very negative or very stupid proposal. And even though I don't agree with, we all different, come from different background and ideas, even though I don't agree with AOC and everything, I mean, basically, those guys saying it is crazy, it's too much, blah blah blah, and Green New Deal is a joke, and the current system is better, all of that. So again, it's up to you to decide, but I agree with the green sustainable development for sure. If the folks that are on the same ideas, I have no problem with that. With her, I supporting her 100%. And I urge good people to do the same thing. That's what I'm saying. We need to support each other, the good people in the society. If the number of good people are more than the bad people, or the people that are passive or don't do anything, not to say that they're bad people. A lot of us complacent, or we're busy with daily lives. I totally understand that we don't have the energy to deal with politics on climate, or become activists, for example, right? Or depending on how active you are anyway, and that's okay. So we want to actually promote and support the good people. The more people we have in the society, especially the one that trying to make changes. Today I also listened to the 16-year-old climate activist from Sweden. I think her name is Thunberg. Her name has different pronunciation anyway, and it's great for her age that she every day she took one day Friday out of school and do it. So those are the kind of people that we need to support, instead of ridicule or basically skeptic, or have questions, or try to stop them from doing it, or try to nitty and picky, oh, this is not gonna work, this is not gonna work. But what do you think? How do you make the system work, right? Instead of attacking, that what some people do in the media, they're just attacking, ridicule other people that they don't like, or have different philosophies or whatnot, instead of proposing their own solution. I mean, better solution, not what we have right now. I mean, a lot of things are good, but a lot of things are really bad too, like the fire, Amazon, for example, right? That will impact many people there, and the climate as well. So anyway, the idea is that we need to be more aggressive of promoting, supporting, and participating with good people. And we want the society to be well informed of what's going on, instead of just go to school, study whatever they teach in schools, and not knowing anything outside of school, or not active. I encourage students to be more active in politics, in climate, in economy, and things like that. You know, not because you're kids, you can do a lot. Because of your kids, they say you're kids, you don't know anything. That's not true at all. Look at this 16 years old, you know, and I'm sure there are other smart kids that take a lot of action about gun control, and because they know that, you know, schools become a battleground for these crazy people to use gun, or even their own students, you know. So we need to address the amount of gun on the street, you know. We got to do something, you know. I did a video on that. I want totally ban, except certain people, authorized people to carry gun, because that's most of the countries do. They don't allow citizens to have, you know, anybody, you know, to have guns. You know, of course, you be crazy people and you have pretty bad background, and you know, you might not qualify, but still there's so many guns out there. But anyway, in the society, in order to change society, we need to have collectively supporting good people, not bad people. I know that you try to change people. Sometimes you can, but a lot of times you cannot. You know, you look at the people in the government. It's very hard to change them. All you need to do is supporting good people, running for offices, and put them there, because bad people will become very hard to change. You know. So anyway, I think that's the first thing: supporting good people. Make sure they represent us in many areas, you know, politics, economy, and you know, try to work on how to make the current system better, or replace system with different systems, you know, or hybrid, you know. Instead of a socialist for the rich, we want socialist for the poor or the middle class. Anyway, back to AOC, she's sharing a lot of progressive ideas, just like me, because progressive is more practical. And it's more sustainable to me, and it basically the system will give more benefits to the majority of people. That's what matters, right? Not just the top, you know, few individuals that, you know, super rich. I mean, they can do more. I mean, I would hope that they can change their mind instead of focusing on making more and more money, or expanding, or become monopoly, instead of, you know, giving back to the societies. And some of them do. I appreciate that. You know, we all can make changes. You know, even the rich. You know, I give them the opportunities, because, you know, with the resources they have, they can even do more quickly. You know. Although money is not everything, but, you know, if they decided to put their money into sustainable energy or Green New Deal, and come up with, you know, Green New Deal corporation, and promoting solar panel, wind, and other sustainable energy or sustainable practice, like, you know, grow more organic gardens, or one thing I like to see is we need to go back and start growing more trees, you know, because we lost so much trees due to modernization and development. Let's work together, support each other, even though we have different opinions, but the main thing, or the big picture, you know, we should be promoting the system where majority people, we have the benefits. Also, we need to do something on the climate front. Pollutions, you know, I totally supporting the idea of taxing, have a special tax for corporations that produce waste, yeah, and carbon footprint. You know, waste is like plastic or nuclear. I think nuclear energy should be abolished. Look at Japan; they're going to be dumping radioactive waste water because their tanks overflow. Where they're going to dump it? They're going to dump it to a Pacific Ocean. How crazy is that, you know? So we need to start taxing cleanup costs to corporation. They cannot produce something that is polluted, you know, that polluted or something toxic, and then not paying for the cleanup effectively, you know. So we need to, you know, we need to tax them more and use that money to pay for the cleanup. Even better than that, we need to start banning some of this practice, you know, and come up with, again, green sustainable development, you know. instead of letting these people focusing on short-term profit due to greed. We need to intelligently shift the direction. Again, it's not me. There are many people, Chris Hedges, Noam Chomsky, and many other. I think many European countries are, or even China, are investing more in electric cars, electric buses, electric trains, like, bullet trains. China, I just came back from Beijing. It's so amazing. They're so modernized in terms of, transportation with, subways. They are going to be, Beijing going to be number one subway system in the world. I think they will surpass European very soon. Currently, they are building a new high-speed train line to Winter Olympics city or area outside of Beijing. Beijing is about like 100 miles away from Beijing, and I have to give it to them. China is communist, of course, but I think they're doing a lot of things right because they have a lot of people. Pollution was their major problem with Beijing pollution. Right now, they don't have any smog or anything like that because they had moved factories outside, and their buses are electric. Their subway, millions of people use subway. I use them also, very efficient, very clean. They have police and officers everywhere in intersections, in the subway stations. So you can say that China is very strict on cracking down or policing, but they really maintain a lot of safety, and I see a lot of for many years a lot of growth in other technology and entrepreneurship. People are running businesses officially. People use Alipay and WeChat Pay to purchase anything, like at KFC or any other purchases. They hardly use cash. Even a local supermarket or 7-Eleven all use their phones, which is impressive to me. Anyway, so they're investing heavily in sustainable, in the green projects. So we should do the same here. So we need to change from local and city level to state level and to the federal level. We probably, in terms of infrastructure, maybe 10-20 years behind China now. Anyway, or Europe even. Our freeway is so jammed up. Los Angeles, for example, where I'm at, traffic so bad. Especially if you have to drive a long way, it will take you an hour and a half to get there. So we are lacking, and the budget we have is actually being used too much in defense. I think defense should be maybe 10-20%, but it's like 50 or 60% now, where Trump, is managing, huge budget, the Pentagon budget, in which we don't need. We need more money here to invest in healthcare, education, entrepreneurships, environment, infrastructure. People, candidates been talking infrastructure, but I know some city have their subways and or light rails going, which is good, but we need more tightly connected, especially like Southern California, for example, Los Angeles, Inland Empire, San Diego, Ventura, things like that. So anyway, I go all over the place. So anyway, you get my idea. So keep supporting good people, and give you ideas. What can be done to solve the problems that we have by doing research. Based on facts. I encourage you to do research. The more research you do, the better understanding you know what's going on, instead of just you get it from this source, that source, or listen to me. Even don't trust me, right? Just go do your own research, and whatever makes sense, that should be our policies. Anyway, there you go. There I have it, and we'll talk to you folks later. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to me.